See yourself. Not working. All right. They
If
won't.
they're talking, I don't hear anything.
Really?
Oh, they're not?
She purposely has her.
Judge, I'm afraid we can't hear you, but you're not muted, so I'm not sure. We may have to restart.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear us?
I can.
Okay.
It's touch something they can do. Okay, we're good. No, we're good. I need to put, if I do this anymore, I need to put that camera way up. Or as Cynthia says, on the table.
Well, I see Jimmy's mouth moving, but I don't hear
He's
him.
having problems with his audio. Difficulties with his-
Okay, I unmuted my audio. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Becky, can you hear me?
Well, we're here.
Okay, down on the corner, there's a down on the corner, there's a red microphone next to your name. You hover over yourself, click it, and it'll unmute you. Or down at the bottom of the screen, either one.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Jan. I had this happen last night on a Zoom call. Becky, go ahead and disconnect and come back in.
Okay, I got it.
There we go. There we go.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, I think Jan is in the car, but she's here too. Can y'all hear us all now?
I believe so. Okay.
I can hear you. I can hear both of y'all.
All right.
Can y'all see the message Judge Sylvia is addressing?
Yes, we can. I can see it.
Just
Yes, I
making
can.
sure that you were aware.
Okay.
So this is your first name?
No, we've had one tournament so far.
Okay.
Good morning. Can everyone hear the judge?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
just
Yes.
a moment. Thank you.
All right, had to call a youngin' in to get it going.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Okay.
Good morning.
Chambers County Probate Court come to order. Calls number 71, the state of John Dwayne Moran. Mr. Davidson, good morning. You may proceed, sir.
Do we
I
want to
just-
testify, sir?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm gonna prove it up.
Raise your right hand, please.
Do you swear or affirm,
Go ahead.
my apologies. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're giving today is true and correct, so help you God?
I do.
Yes.
All right, put your hand down. Now you may proceed.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. John Dwayne Moran died on June 16th, 2023, Baytown, Chambers County, Texas, at the age of 80 years, and 4 years have not elapsed since the date of his passing.
This is the wrong case for us.
Yeah, this is Barbara Finley.
Barbara Gwendolyn Finley.
We got several cases on the docket.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
So if you're not up, if you would just go ahead and mute yourself, and when we get to yours, you can unmute. So right now we're on call 71, the state of Dwayne Moran.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
This court has jurisdiction and venue in that the decedent had a fixed place of residence here in Chambers County at the time of his passing. To the best of my knowledge, the document that has been filed with the court, which purports to be his last will and testament dated July 7th, 2021, was never revoked. And I would request that the court take judicial notice that the original of the will is in the court's possession.
So now,
No state, governmental agency, or charitable organization is named in the will as a devisee. After the date of the will, there were no children born to or adopted by the decedent. There was no marriage dissolved after the date of the will. The will named his daughter, Catherine A. Brandel, to serve as independent executor without bond. She is qualified and not disqualified to serve in that capacity. Your Honor, this is a non-taxable estate. I would request that appraisers be waived and that the will be admitted to probate.
I admit the will of probate and authorized letters. Thank you, Counselor.
Incredible. Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day. May I be excused?
You may be.
Thank you.
All right, calls number 74, the state of Dorothy Ann Parker. Mr. Fox, good morning.
Good morning, Judge. How you doing?
I'm good. You may proceed.
Okay. You are Gary Lawrence Parker, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you're here before the court under oath to probate the estate of Dorothy Ann Parker deceased, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
She was your mother
Yes, sir.
and you're her surviving son, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Is it true that your mother, Dorothy Ann Parker, died on July 19th, 2023?
Yes, sir.
That she died in Chambers County, Texas at the age of 91 years?
Yes, sir.
And it's true that 4 years will not pass since the date of her death?
Yes, sir.
It's also true she was a resident of Chambers County, Texas at the time of her death.
Yes, sir.
We filed with the court this copy of this instrument right here, or the original of this instrument right here, which purports to be the last will and testament of Dorothy Ann Parker. Showing it to you now. As far as you know and believe, whether it's your mother's last will and testament,
Yes, sir.
you recognize that as her signature and the will was never revoked by her. And Judge, I'd ask the court to take judicial notice. The original will has been filed with the clerk's office there at the Chambers County.
So now.
Okay, and your name is independent executor of the will without bond.
Yes, sir.
And it's true you're qualified to serve in that capacity and nothing that would disqualify you.
Yes, sir.
And the estate's not taxable, so we're asking the court to waive the appraisals. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And it's true there were no children born to your mother after the time she signed that will.
Yes, sir.
It's also true there was no marriage of your mother dissolved after the time she signed that will.
Yes, sir.
And finally, it's true that the will does not name any type of state, government, agency, or charitable organization as a beneficiary. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Judge, that's all I have. We'd ask the court to commit the will to probate and appoint Mr. Parker as independent executor without bond as provided in the will.
So done. Thank you, Counselor.
Mr. Fox, did I get everyone sworn in testifying?
Oh, we only testifying Mr. Parker. I wasn't sure. We probably do need to swear him. I didn't know you were swearing him in everybody at once.
Oh, I thought he got sworn in a while ago. Let's go ahead and swear you to, let's go ahead and swear him in.
Go ahead and take it.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're giving today is true and correct, so help you God?
I do. Actually, it'd be this testimony you just gave.
Yes.
So help you.
Yes, the testimony you just gave, you understand, was under oath. It was all true and
Yes.
correct with your personal knowledge.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, sir.
We may be excused, Judge.
You may be.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Thank you, Judge. You too.
All right, calls number 75, the state of Jeffrey Kaplan. Excuse me, the state of Marla Rennell Waller. Mr. Kaplan, you're still alive. And you
Here,
may
Your Honor.
proceed.
Yes, I am. Mr. Waller, will you unmute your Zoom, please?
And we did swear you in, Mr. Waller. Is that correct?
I don't know that you did, Your Honor. If you go to the bottom right-hand corner of your bottom right, left-hand corner, you'll click the mute or unmute.
Yeah, click that red microphone button.
Okay,
There you go. Did we get you sworn in a while ago?
yes.
Okay, you may proceed, Counselor.
Okay. Mr. Waller, will you please state your name for the court?
Okay, my name is Robert Wilson Waller.
And what was your relationship to Marla Rennell Waller?
She was my wife.
Okay. And is it correct that Marla Waller died on May 2nd, 2023 in Webster, Harris County, Texas at the age of 67 and 4 years have not elapsed since her death?
Correct.
Is it correct that she was domiciled and had a fixed place of residence in Chambers County, Texas on the date of her death?
Yes.
To the best of your knowledge, she left a will that is dated April 18, 2013, and it was self-proved and never revoked. Is that correct?
Yes, that's
And
correct.
Your Honor, we'd ask that you take judicial notice that we filed the original will with the clerk.
Yes.
Okay. Is it correct that citation has been served and returned in the manner for the length of time required by the Estates Code?
Yes.
Is it correct that Marla Waller was married 2 times during her life? She was first married to Alan Charles Williams and was married to him until the date of his death in 1976. She was then married to you and was married to you until the date of her death, and no marriage was dissolved after the making of her will. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Is it correct that after the date of her will, no surviving child was born to her adopted by, I guess, you and your wife or your wife?
Yes.
Is it correct that neither the state, a governmental agency, the state, or charitable organization is named by the will as a devisee?
Yes.
And you're named as the independent executor under her will, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And you're not disqualified by law from accepting letters testamentary, is that correct?
That's correct.
And Your Honor, this is a non-taxable estate and we're requesting that appraisers be waived.
So done. Okay, is that all you have, Counselor? All right, everybody admits the will of probate and authorize the letters. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we be excused?
You may be.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Cause number 79, the state of Donna Lee Cossey. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. Can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am. And we got y'all sworn in too, correct?
Yes, they both.
All right, you may proceed.
Is your name Teresa Estelle Cossey Simpson? Yes. And are you the daughter of Donna Lee Cossey? Yes. And was Donna Lee Cossey a resident of Chambers County for 54 years before her death? Yes. This August of 2023? Yes. She was married one time only to your dad, who's with us today, Daniel Cossey? Yes. And that marriage terminated only at the time of her death. It continues on, but there's no other marriage that's involved in this case. And there's 3 children born during their marriage and during her lifetime: Helen Marie, Teresa Estelle, and Christy E. Yes. All right. No other child has been born or adopted by her during her lifetime. There's a will that is before you, and it was signed by your mom on what date?
January 13th, 2022.
Okay. So and it was sworn to before notary Cynthia Clark with 2 witnesses having been self-proved, Georgia Clapper and Rob Clapper. And that in this will, you're named as the independent executrix for the estate. Yes. And you're not disqualified by any criminal offense, having been convicted of any criminal offense or moral problem. So you're willing to assume the responsibility of the independent executor without bond of this estate? Yes. And your father's here, which I'll ask him in a minute some questions. Now the estate, you recognize her signature.
I do.
And this will, to your knowledge and your dad's knowledge even, because you discussed this, was never sought to be revoked by Miss Cossey after she signed it in 2022. Right. Now, there's no state charitable organization or governmental agency named in the will as a devisee, correct? In fact, your dad is the only beneficiary.
Correct.
All right. And the estate is non-taxable. No one's asking for an appraisement of the estate. And you're asking the court to waive that appraisal and to admit the will for probate.
Yes.
And of course, 4 years hasn't passed since her death, which was just last month.
Correct.
All right. Mr. Cotsey, you have signed a waiver of service because typically you would be the executor in this estate, but you're the beneficiary.
Yes,
And you agreed, you and your wife had talked about your daughter being the independent executor of the estate before her death.
correct.
And you agreed to this, and you'll hold your daughter to it.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, we ask that you admit the will to probate.
All right, everybody admits the will of probate and authorize letters. Thank you, ma'am. Danny,
Thank
you
you.
take care.
Thanks, Judge.
Yes, sir. All right, cause number 78. State Barbara Gwendolyn Finley.
I'm Rebecca Rice, Gwen's daughter. We do not have a lawyer with us. We're presenting this small estate because we have one bank account that did not have the proper beneficiaries on it, and they will accept this letter and disperse the funds accordingly. Mother's only probatable property was her personal effects and this one bank account that has between $10,000 and $12,000 in it. And so we're asking that the small estate affidavit be accepted so that we can disperse these funds.
Okay, so and there was not a will, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, I think that was the question last time we discussed this, but we agree, Mr. Finley and Jan, that there was no
Yes.
will.
Correct.
Correct.
Yes, there's no will.
All right, I hereby approve the small estate affidavit. And we're done.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you,
All
Judge.
right, court's adjourned.